People of YouTube, my name is Steve Gray and thank you for watching. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and feel free to comment down below what you would like me to do for future guitar and music related videos. So I'm actually surprised I haven't done a video about this yet on Gray's guitars, because I've done quite a few Warmoth videos at this point, and kind of their specs and what they are, how they're built. But there's something they offer. This is the first time I found it that they do offer it, and it's called an Urvana nut. Now, Urvana is technically a brand. It is not, what the nut actually is. I'm hoping you can see it here, because it has an Urvana nut on this particular guitar, my Warmoth, and what it does is it hits the strings on the nut in different spots. So if you notice, like especially on the E string here, it's kind of cut away to a certain extent. I know it's kind of hard to tell with my camera. Hopefully you can see it. But basically what happens is the string hits the nut at all different spots. So it actually, and it takes away from part of the nut, so you actually have less material there. So the reason it hits the string in a certain spot is because every time you fret a note, it's not going to be perfectly in tune. The guitar is an imperfect instrument with the frets, so unless you have what's it called, a true temperament guitar, where you have all of the swirly, different, weird frets, so that way everything is perfectly in tune, you're going to be slightly out of tune. And they came up with this idea to do this, and basically what it does is from the 12th fret forward, it's more for chords. So this is probably out of tune. Actually, it's not too bad at the moment. But it's to make your chords sound more in tune and just sound better. It's supposed to make everything between the 12th fret and the 1st fret going up the neck of the guitar, or down if you prefer, note-wise. It's supposed to make all of that stay in tune almost perfectly. Does it actually do that? To a certain extent, yes. I'm not going to play a demo because there's a million of them out there already comparing the two. But what it's actually called is a compensated nut. So Urvana is the brand that Warmoth offers. You can actually get a Corinth nut or a Graphtec nut. They do have the option. So you can get a Graphtec Urvana nut. They do have that. They're kind of expensive, though. Keep in mind, you're going to be paying probably $20, $30 for a nut. However, there are plenty of off-brands that offer the same thing as well. It's not exactly the same. They look a little different, but they're cheaper. And you can get a brass compensated nut for like $12, $15, and it's already pre-cut. You don't have to do anything. You just put it in place of your guitar. You might have to adjust the intonation a little bit because the strings are going to be hitting the nut in a slightly different spot. But that's really no big deal. And do you want it? Is it worth it? Those are questions that a lot of people ask. And it's kind of up to the player. If you are a rhythm player, you're constantly rocking out to those chords, just jamming up here, on the guitar, that might be for you. It may be a good idea for you to purchase one, install it on your guitar, because it does what it's supposed to do. It makes your guitar in tune a little better. If you're a lead player, you're playing past the 12th fret a lot, it's probably not going to affect you. If it comes on your guitar, cool. If it doesn't come on your guitar, you don't really care. You're probably not going to waste your time installing it. But if you do need to install a new nut on your guitar, I would honestly recommend getting one. I mean, they're not too much more expensive. It's a reasonable cost, justifiable cost. They make them for all different sizes, Gibson, Fender, etc. And they work. They work beautifully, keeps your guitar in tune a little bit better. They sound decent, and it's just an enjoyable thing to have. It's a little bit extra to give you that little bit extra better tone, depending on, if you like it or not. Some people that I know hate it, though. Some people say that, I don't like the way it sounds, because it doesn't sound like a regular guitar, because they probably have better ears at me and can hear the notes don't hear like they used to on every other guitar they played. It's because it's a little bit more in tune, so it throws them off a bit. I have had that complaint once or twice. Actually, the guy that I took this guitar to initially to tell me what it was said that was one of the reasons he was getting rid of it, was because he doesn't like the nut. And I was like, well, he just changed the nut out. I don't see the big deal, but whatever. I got a guitar for a good price, so I can't complain too much in that department. Well, let me know what you think about Nirvana nuts. If you have one, do you like it? Do you not like it? But it's definitely worth it to try. As I said, if you have a guitar where you need to replace the nut on it, or you're thinking about buying a Warmoth neck, it's not that much of an extra cost. It's definitely going to cost something. I mean, I think it's like a $10 difference between a Graphtec nut and a Nirvana nut, but it is definitely, in my opinion, worth that $10. And it's, as I said, it's not that much of a difference. Doesn't cost too much more. Maybe you're better off installing it yourself, because it definitely will be cheaper, especially if you're doing like Warmoth or Musicraft or wherever else. If you have them install a nut as opposed to you installing it, or Luther, you may get a little bit better deal buying it without one. So let me know what you think yet again in the comments down below. My name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars, and as always, have a good one.